Okay, we have made it to the parking for the Perot Museum, and I want y'all to come on with us while we go on this adventure. See you inside. So when we first start off, you start off for us on the fourth floor because we would have never left the first floor. That was the case. And we start off in the galaxy, and then across from that is the dinosaur exhibit where the fossils are. And this is where my son lit up because he loves dinosaurs. Absolutely loves dinosaurs. And he was asking me, the different names of them. What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? And just running all over the place. And then I saw them once again working on these dinosaur bones, and I really wanted to know if they in there doing something because they were sitting so still. So I zoomed in to see if they actually like digging out and carving out stuff, or if I'm just here looking at robots because they weren't really moving very much. Then I had to take some peace to myself because their dad took them upstairs to a part that I forgot was up there, and I took some pictures here by myself. Then I wanted to watch this, but it went by so slow I didn't have time to sit here. We tried the earthquake exhibit here, and I pressed extreme because I really wanted to know what it was really like to be in a extreme 9.0 magnitude and up earthquake. And I thought it was actually pretty fun. It felt like you were kind of like riding the waves and surfing. Actually wasn't too bad. So maybe in person when you're actually going through an earthquake, it's totally different because you're inside a house or some kind of way you can get hurt. That's probably a very different type of situation, but it was fun. We moved on to the next thing, and this was about air, water, about energy in here, and just a little light things on how water and air gives life. And then this was the crystal exhibit on, I think this was on the third or second floor, where they have about the crystals. They really enjoyed this one where you get to open and close it so that you can see the inside. And then we went on to the electricity or power side. I think this was argon and how it explains how argon fusion works. I think it's about middle school when you really understand this. This section is life, where they have the taxidermy type animals going on here. The kids seem to love it. It explains the circle of life, and then we move on down to the engineering section where they have the robotics. I forgot what this was called, but they liked popular things. And then this one, they really like this too. I didn't see a name for this, but it's just air, and it just shows like how air travels, I guess. And then we saw this little computer thing which takes your face and morphs it into some type of animal or something like that. And then I never see anyone talk about the food here. The food is okay. You definitely can eat it and not feel like you waste your money, but definitely had a better burger. The pizza definitely looked good, but I did not get to try it. I was just trying to get through the last section. And yeah, we ate the pizza. I didn't. I had the burger. The burger was okay, even though it was flame grilled. We made it over to the sports section, which is definitely for older kids, probably like 7 or 8 to like 14, 15. I didn't really even see that many older kids there. We finally then made it down to the bottom section, and they fell in love when they saw the colors, honey. In this section, there is so much to do. They could have literally spent 2 to 3 hours probably down here by themselves. They had an indoor water section, which I loved. And then they had this giant, I called it a tarantula sack. My daughter jumped in there and took off, and I was like, well, where did she go? But I would love to have that in my house if I had a big enough house to have this. I would even get in there. I wanted to get in there, but I didn't see no other parents going in there, but you can barely even see your kid. But they absolutely loved this. And then they got on the little swingy ball thingies. And then we went outside. They had rock climbing, I guess you call that, bubbles, another little water play table. And they really enjoyed this outdoor section. Now, there's no fans, there's no misters. It would be nice if they had some fans and misters because it's not completely shaded. And it is hot on a nice hot day, but it was okay for the time period that we went out there. This is the second outdoor water table where they have like the little water sprayers. They had some balls in there. and they really enjoyed this little outdoor section. I like this little waterfall because it kind of like made a sound. Then we went back inside and I forgot what this was called, but I absolutely love this. If you ever see this in my home, there will be signs that I have become wealthy because I absolutely love this room. I feel like if I had this, I would sit in here and just zone out and like do yoga and stuff like that in this little interactive type screenplay room, or I'm not sure what you call this, but I really liked it. It was very calming for the nervous system. And like I said, if I get into some money and you see this in my home, baby, you know. And then we headed over to this I can't remember what it was called, but it's right there on the screen. And they make little cars out of these little foam pieces that have wheels on them. And then they had a little, I don't want to say Legos because they didn't say Legos, but builder block section that are like Legos. And I even got into it myself. And then my daughter, she really enjoyed it. So I was like, maybe I should get them some of these for the home because she liked it. And I like that for her because it's something to keep them busy when you don't want them to be on the screen all the time. Then we went back outside again because she like went outside and then went back inside and then went back outside, and she wanted to play with the bubbles, and she just absolutely loves bubbles. She enjoyed the water table, but she wasn't as into it as her brother. Her brother found the slide and slid right on down. And then he kept going up this rock climber. But the first time he was using, like how here he's using his hands, it's not that much of a slanted angle that they could slide back down real easy. And then she used the tug of rope, and then Daddy caught him because I thought he was going to slide down there. And then we ended it with going outside to the frog or the toad garden, I think it was. And I bought a change of clothes because I did hear that they are going to want to get wet and I wanted them to have fun and I didn't want to tell them no. But we had a wonderful time. See y'all in the next one.